Sunny skies in San Diego as the US, the UK and Australia announce a milestone deal to give nuclear submarines to the land down under for the very first time.
Simply stated, we're putting ourselves in the strongest possible position to navigate the challenges of today and tomorrow together.
So what did they agree to? Under the new deal, Australia will begin sending military and civilian personnel to the UK and the US this year to learn how to operate nuclear submarines. At the beginning of the 2030s, the US plans to sell Australia 3 to 5 of its existing Virginia-class submarines, and then, towards the end of the decade, the UK will finish building its first new AUKUS nuclear submarines, and Australia will do the same a few years later. All that will cost Australia about $200 billion over 3 decades.
The AUKUS agreement we confirm here in San Diego represents the biggest single investment in Australia's defence capability in all of our history.
The nuclear submarines Australia will get run off nuclear reactors, but they don't carry nuclear weapons. They don't need to come up for air so often, so they're stealthier than conventional subs, and they can travel much farther. To the head of the Australian Institute of International Affairs, the aim of the deal is clear.
So obviously this is about eroding Chinese claims to the region, which many, like the United States, like Australia, see as illegitimate.
Experts see AUKUS as a way of countering what the US and its allies see as belligerence from China. Beijing has been more and more willing to back its claims over the South China Sea with military force, and its ramped-up activity around Taiwan, which it considers part of its territory. To the AUKUS leaders, that's part of a wider pattern.
Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine, China's growing assertiveness, the destabilizing behavior of Iran and North Korea, all threaten to create a world defined by danger, disorder, and division.
But China says the deal will only mean more instability.
我们敦促美英澳3国倾听国际社会的呼声，切实履行核不扩散义务，撤销开展核潜艇合作的决定，以实际行动维护地区和世界的和平与安全。
Taiwan welcomed AUKUS when it was formed a year and a half ago as a way of keeping peace in the region. But foreign policy expert Bryce Wakefield sees it 2 ways.
One could argue that it actually helps to deter a Chinese invasion on Taiwan. On the flip side, one could argue that it's quite a provocative strategy and will be seen as such in Beijing.
Practical questions remain, things like whether Australia can build the expertise needed to operate the new subs, and how it will pay for them. But to the leaders in San Diego, the goal of keeping peace in the Indo-Pacific more than justifies its cost, and the long decades needed to achieve it. Klein, Wang and Staś Butler for TaiwanPlus.